Jeff, platícanos un poco tu historia, y si quieres en inglés, tu historia. Nos decías, vienes de una familia tradicional judía, escuela judía.
Sí,
Platícanos.
y prefiero hablar en inglés.
All right.
Okay. Yes, I grew up in a Jewish family in Philadelphia. Both my parents are Jewish, their parents are Jewish. I went to Hebrew school in Philadelphia for several years in preparation for my bar mitzvah. And then as a gift, a bar mitzvah gift, my parents sent me to Israel for the entire summer. And that was probably the best summer of my life. I went with hundreds of other bar mitzvah age kids. And in Israel, two things happened. My identity as a Jew was solidified. And I kind of had a spiritual experience. I can't explain it. I just felt a connection with the land, with my Judaism, with just, I can't really explain it, but it was the experience of my life. And so I had a very Jewish upbringing, though we were not a very religious family, yet very Jewish. Over time, my sister began to believe in this Yeshua, this Jesus. Then my mother became a believer. And they kept insisting that they...
How did they become, somebody came and explained them? How was the process? I think it's not just from one day to another.
No, there was, for the sake of time,
all right.
You know, they met believers in Yeshua who challenged them. And they began to look in an objective way at this Yeshua. Because of course we all grew up saying, you know, there's us and them, we have Moses, they have Jesus. You know, we all grew up with that mindset. We all grew up, Jesus is not for us, he's, you know, the God of the Gentiles.
You know that for many people, for many Jews, they don't believe in Messianic Jews. They say they are not Jews, and they don't understand them, or what happened, how do you feel, what can you tell them about this? Because it's, well, I think, being in the middle of Christianity and Judaism and, I don't know.
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle. We do have, obviously, the natural link to our Jewish people, and we have a spiritual link to true believers in Yeshua. And I say true because not all those who say they follow Jesus are true followers, such as the Crusaders who perverted faith in Messiah. So what we say to our Jewish people is that we are Jewish. We were born Jewish. We are Zionistic. We believe in the Jewish scriptures. We believe in the Jewish Messiah. And the issue really boils down to this. Who is Yeshua? Is he the Messiah? If he's not the Messiah, then we shouldn't follow him. We're fools, we're buffoons, we're worse than that. We're deceivers. However, if he is the Messiah, as we believe that he is, even though we are in some ways ostracized, it's worth us taking a stand for who the true Jewish Messiah is and challenging our people to take an objective look at it.
You are a rabbi in Philadelphia.
Well, I became a rabbi, an assistant rabbi in Philadelphia, and I served as an assistant rabbi and trained under a Messianic Rabbi for 10 years.
How is organized your community? How is it? Like a normal Jewish traditional community, or what is it? You have a temple?
The Messianic?
Yes.
Well, we have, we organize in congregations, Messianic congregations or Messianic synagogues.
How many are there in Philadelphia or with you?
Philadelphia is a very large and established Messianic community, probably about 400 people. 50 to 60% are Jewish, and that means about 40% are not Jewish, but these are Gentiles who have a real love for the Jewish people and want to live a Messianic lifestyle. They don't become Jewish, they become Messianic.
That's something strange. They are in the community, they are part of the community, but they are not really part of the community, or you cannot count them as part of the community, or you can...
Yes, they are, in the sense that they're part of the spiritual community. And there is a spiritual community that is made up of true believers everywhere. And so there's Jews and there's Gentiles who have experienced a new heart, as Jeremiah promised and Ezekiel promised.
But the Messianic followers, they are Jews, or they can be Gentiles.
Messianic Jews, Messianic Gentiles, meaning Jewish followers of Yeshua, Gentile followers of Yeshua.
The Gentiles following Joshua won't be Christians?
Yes.
What's the difference?
They can, but we call Gentiles in a Messianic congregation Messianic believers. It's a matter of terminology. Are they Christians? Yes, they are.
Jeff, how do you feel now in Mexico? How was the experience? What people have said to you about Jews in Mexico?
Well, my experience here is limited. The people I've met here are very nice people. I really love the people of Mexico. They seem to be open and hungry spiritually. There seems to be a spiritual hunger. I think, especially many of our Jewish people they want something more than religion. There's something in our heart that is reaching out for more. Something real, something tangible, relationship. And I really believe that deep down, that is what we are searching for. And religion just doesn't do it. Religion, tradition is beautiful, but it does not satisfy the deep longing of the heart to know God.
What comes after this show? I think you didn't come just to watch this show to Mexico. I think you have plans in Mexico. I don't know. What is coming next in Mexico with the Messianic community?
The natural progression is that, people who receive Yeshua the Messiah become a part of a local community. So,
is there a local community, a small local community in Mexico?
I'm not aware of any solid Messianic communities here in Mexico City as of yet. There may be small home groups going on here and there, but of course we would like to see a very strong, growing Messianic Jewish community that is, teaching the Tanakh, V'Habrita Hadasha, and the New Covenant.
What do you think is going to be the next step? What is going to be after tomorrow here with the Messianic community?
I would imagine that there'll be some meetings, they need to organize, get some leadership. It's a brand new thing, so it's kind of like the Startup Nation, that new book that talks about Israel being the startup nation. Well, this is a startup movement, if you will.
Who is your target? People that are Christians and want to come to Messianic groups, Jews. Which is your target?
Well, I would answer that question in the same way that we would ask the same question to any other synagogue in Mexico. Who is their audience? Every synagogue's audience are Jewish people. Of course, people who are not Jewish are welcome to attend and visit Messianic congregations.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.